Okay, you guys, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. It's me, Brandaline Johnson, your spiritual life and business coach, psychic medium, author, and educator. And today is day 3 of our intuition and mediumship development free training of 5 days, right? And I'm so excited. So, if you have not seen day 1 and day 2, they are both on my YouTube channel, Brandaline Johnson, and also in our group spirit I almost called it the old name, Craving Consciousness Community. Hey, it's Nikki on YouTube. Hey guys. Hey Michelle. Hey Sherry. Hey Natalie. I'm seeing all you guys over there in the Craving Consciousness community on Facebook, and I'm doing a duo live on my YouTube. So today we're going to be talking a lot about the vocabulary that you use. Make sure you let me know if you're here on the live. Say hi to me if you're here on the live. And also just say, hey, I'm on the replay and I really am digging this free training. Huge announcement today. I am so super excited that the Awaken program is open for enrollment today. It's already almost 30% sold out. I'm so excited, you guys. This is like my signature program. I've been teaching intuition and mediumship development for probably over 5 years now, ever since my spiritual awakening. And it is truly, truly my heart and soul to be able to help people go through this transformation, to be able to shift their life by learning how to utilize their gifts, and working for spirit to help us shift our consciousness, right? So, hi, Michelle. Hi, Sherry. Awesome. Let me know if you guys are here. So today we're going to define your CLAIR today by defining the words that you use. And so that way you can realize what CLAIR is the strongest already. So what you guys are probably like, what the hell is a CLAIR? Connie's like, hi, thanks for all the information. She says she's watching the replay, but she's really here live with us. Um, um, your clairs are the way that you actually receive information from spirit, right? I always say that spirit's sending out this frequency, and that it's how you receive that frequency and have it come through you, and that is how you're defining it. We all receive it a little bit differently. Some of you guys are seeing visions, some of you guys are hearing the voice of spirit, right? And some of you guys are having a physical feeling that translates into information. And some of you guys just straight up know. You're a knower, right? So you're a seer, hearer, feeler, or knower. And these are your clairs. So seeing is clairvoyance, psychic seeing. Hearing is clairaudience, which is psychic hearing. Feeling is clairsentience, which is psychic feeling, right? And then knowing is claircognizance, which is just knowing. You just know it. You have no idea how you know it. And then we also have that emotional side, which a lot of you guys are probably empaths, which is more of like an emotional psychic sense. So many people are empaths. So we're going to define which clair you are using today by the words that you use. And so I'm going to share about that. And then I'm also going to go into some words and phrases that are commonly used so that you can realize that intuition is actually awareness. And so if you could start to become aware of the words that you use or the words that other people are using, you're going to be able to go, oh my gosh, it's not a coincidence, the words that they're using. And hey, Avery, I'm glad that you're joining us here on the YouTube. And hey, Jesse, and hey, Michelle on the Craving Consciousness on Facebook. So let's dive right in, and I might have to let my dog out. I'll be right back. Get. It's not a training with Brandaline if it doesn't involve dogs, right? So I got her out of the office so she won't be driving us crazy. So let's talk about being clairvoyant, right? Just really quick, and I could really go, I know, all right, my puppies. I can really go really deep into each clair, and I have videos on YouTube and in my free library on my website, I believe, brandaline.com, to help you like more discern which clair you're doing. But we're going to talk specifically about the vocabulary you use so you can be like, oh my gosh, that's me. I also have a free quiz on my website, brandaline.com, where you could take an actual quiz to decide which clair is your strongest, or if you're an empath, or if you're in a medium. So you guys are welcome to take that as well. It's free. But when you're, say, for example, when you're clairvoyant, and I am, you end up being all of it when you take the Awaken program. You'll be able to have every single clair, but you always start out with one or two that's like stronger. And for me, mine was clairvoyance at first, like psychic seeing. And then mine is also clairsentience, which is psychic feeling. That's one of my really, really strong ones now. Um, but for the purpose of this video, I want you guys to realize what you're using already. So when you're clairvoyant, you're gonna see that you're gonna see that the words that you use are always like visual. You're gonna say things to people like, oh my God, girl, I could totally see you doing that. I could totally see you being successful as a public speaker. I could totally see you standing on stage. And you will also use words like, you really look like you would be a great author. You really look like a nurse. You really kind of look like a teacher. And these are phrases that you're using because you are a visual person, which means that you're more than likely utilizing your clairvoyance. So pay attention this week. This is like your homework for this week. What kind of words are you using? Are you saying, girl, I could totally see you being successful at that. You really look like, that you're a successful person. You really look like this. I could see you. You look like, right? So these are some of the words that you're going to use if you're clairvoyant. If you're clairaudient, which is psychic hearing, you're going to say like, gosh, your voice is so commanding. You really sound like you would be a good public speaker, right? Or, it sounds like to me that you're talking about your future. It sounds like to me that what you're saying equals this. So it sounds like, or you sound like, or I could totally imagine, right? Imagine is the seeing, but I could totally imagine hearing you on the radio as a famous singer. Or I love to listen to your voice because it sounds like. So what words are you using? Are you using this, you sound like a good teacher, or the like, right? Or are you using, you look like a teacher? And then the feeling is another one where you're like, dude, I totally feel you. I totally feel like you would be excellent as being a public speaker. I could just feel it in my gut, right? So I love that you're asking about what about hearing spirits like in or around your ear. I have a great video on YouTube called The Voices in Your Head that goes really in detail into clairaudience. So yes, that is a whole other thing. But what I'm doing in today's video is kind of talking about the words that you use so you could pinpoint like what is your strongest thing. So clairsentience would be like, I totally feel you, girl. I feel like you would be excellent at this. I could just feel it to the core of my soul, or I just have this gut feeling that you're going to be successful at this, or I have this, you feel like a teacher, like, and that's really clairsentience, because when you're clairsentient, you're like, you totally feel like an important person to me, or you totally feel like a healer to me. And how do you know that person's a healer or not? It's just, that's how you're receiving this information that's coming off of that person, so to say, and you're digesting it, so to say, right? And then it's coming out of your mouth of how you're translating this information that's coming to you from spirit or from frequency. Everything's energy. Everything is energy. And energy is that common vocabulary that's coming out, and it's just how you're receiving it. Now, claircognizance is your psychic knowing. It's where you absolutely know something. You don't have any freaking clue how you know it, but you will fight to the death. And I always tell the story about the organic chicken thing that happened when I was in the grocery store with my husband. And Sherry's saying, being in the weekend program has me being so much more confident in my abilities and gifts. And she goes on. So yay, yes, Sherry's in the program right now. It's coming kind of to an end. And then open enrollment is right now. We start January 7th, but there's a small window for you guys to save some money as well. So these are how you're going to discover your clair. And then your empath is more like it's more of an emotional thing, and I don't really have a verbiage for that. It's more like there's like a hurting in my heart chakra and I don't know where it's from. It's more of an emotional thing where where you go into the grocery store and you have that anxiety, or you leave feeling crying. And I have some videos about that. And we're going to talk more about your abilities on Friday at 12 o'clock. And when you develop into your abilities, what it would be like, right? Right? And Pork says, you and me need to talk, right? Awesome. So let's talk, now that we've kind of pinpointed your CLAIR, go ahead and leave a comment on here. Which one do you think that you're using? Are you saying, I can see you doing that? You sound like, I feel you. What words do you think that you're using? And then you could tell yourself, oh my gosh, this is the CLAIR that is strongest now. This is the one that I'm operating on a daily basis. It's seeing, yeah, so Rising Storm on YouTube says it's the sounds. She's clairaudient. Awesome. I always say the clairaudient people are cheaters because you do end up hearing the voice of spirit and you're able to get more like names when you're doing readings. Like, I heard your Uncle Bob is here and he says blah, blah, blah. So she says it's her sounds. Anybody else here? A seer, like mine was a seeing. I could totally see you do that. I'm using seeing all the time. Or I feel you. I was just in Vegas over the weekend and the girl was sitting next to me. Jessie says, I feel, right? So awesome. There's a girl sitting next to me. I looked at her and I go, you totally look like a teacher, right? Like, I am psychic. So, but no, people don't really realize that I'm giving them a reading. And she goes, oh yeah, I just enrolled for school to be a teacher. And I'm like, well, of course you did. Because you look like a teacher, right? And then Pork says, and excuse me, YouTube people, as my face has to squint to see, I don't have my glasses on. Pork says he's a knower. Well, he just knows. He has no idea how he knows. Oh, back to the organic chicken. I was in the grocery store with my husband, and he's like, Avery says seeing and hearing. Yeah, Avery, I talked to you before. You have some amazing gifts. And he's like, let's buy this chicken. It says it's organic. And I'm like, that's not organic chicken. And he goes, how do you know? I'm like, I don't know how I know, but it's not. And we're never going to buy that brand. And still to this day, that brand is still there. It still says it's organic. It's not. It's not. I will never buy that. So here's some other phrases that I feel like it's kind of fun for you guys to start paying attention to, like what you're saying or what other people are saying and being like, oh, because here's the deal, guys. Intuition is awareness. Intuition is awareness. Intuition is awareness. I can't say it enough, okay? So one of the neat phrases that I talk about a lot, especially because I have a lot of people coming to me from having paranormal experiences, which is huge because they're like, we don't know who to talk to. So I'm constantly getting messages. I have tons of information on my free library about spiritual protection and stuff because nobody has time for creepers. Nobody needs a creeper, right? But one of the things that people say, and how many times have you said that this, even to your little 2-year-old kids throwing a tantrum, what has gotten into you? What has gotten into you? And why do you say that? Because they're not acting like themselves. Have you ever said that? You know, you're just not acting like yourself today. Or have you ever said that about yourself? You know, I'm just not feeling myself today. I just don't feel like myself today. These are actual statements. If somebody says to me, intuition is awareness. If somebody says these things to me, I'm going to start asking them questions. Why did you say that? How are you feeling? What's been going on in your life? What's been going on in your home? What's been going on in your environment? Let's pinpoint this, right? Awesome. So another one will be, here's something. I was just talking to somebody today. Connie says, I feel their pain. So she's feeling, it could be empathy and it could be clairsentience. Here's another one is, I was talking to somebody and they were having money troubles and they were saying, well, now things seem to be a little bit better because I have some breathing room, right? I feel like I have some breathing room. And the person I was actually talking to actually has really bad congestion. And so I'm like, okay, look at the words that you just used. You just said, I feel like now I have some breathing room. And I'm like, your congestion is absolutely caused from the monetary strain that you're going through. You've actually manifested this cold because you didn't feel like you could breathe. And now you said that you have money. Now you feel like you have breathing room. There's a reason why people use the words that they use. And it's important for you when you're developing your intuition to really pay the freak attention, right? About what people are saying. Other things that people will say is like, I'm drowning in debt, right? I'm drowning in debt. Or I feel like a bitch today, or I feel like I'm happy today. So you're really describing your actual state. And I know some of this may seem like common sense to you guys, but when you're developing your awareness and your intuition and your psychic and mediumship and even animal communication, it's so important to just really be aware of what people are saying, what they're doing, all of the body language, everything. Um, so here's another one. When we go into intuition and mediumship development, one of the big reasons why I was super passionate about teaching my Awaken program is because I felt like it was important for people to not just realize what kind of gifts they have access to, but to go through more of a spiritual development, personal development, so that they could start peeling away the layers of illusion on themselves. They could heal themselves and start creating the life that they really want. And that is where my passion is, because my life has changed tremendously over the last 7, 8 years of my awakening. And one of the things is also paying attention to what people say about other people. So if you hear somebody complaining about someone else, to me, it's like instantaneously something that they need to look at within. I always say, if you're resentful, um, or upset, it's something within yourself. Everything's a reflection of in yourself. So if you hear somebody blaming other people for a problem, that means, as an intuitive coach, right? I always encourage you coaches out there to develop your gifts too, because then you can help that person realize that it's something within themselves that they need to take a look at, right? So let's do a little recap. In today's video, we talked about the vocabulary that you use and how you could pinpoint your CLAIR, right? Natalie's like, I'm sitting here nodding yes. Yeah, Porik's going, yep, I notice all that. Natalie says, I get feeling and knowing. She has a feeling. She says her poor husband. Yeah, right. All of our spouses are like, oh my God, these people are awakening, and it's such a struggle. So in today's video, we talked about the vocabulary you use and how you could pinpoint which CLAIR is your strongest right now. When you take the Awaken program, you will actually develop into all of your CLAIRs and just really freaking blow your gifts wide open. I absolutely, it's my heart and soul, like I said. And then we also talked about the awareness of what words and phrases that you use and what words and phrases that other people around you use, and how they link to what's actually within them, so that you can help them create a better life. Because when you're developing your gifts, yes, it's for you, but it's also for you to take it and use it and create change in your life and then the lives of everyone else, so that we can raise our consciousness, right? The reason why spirit is like showing you a lot of these signs and having you have a lot of these experiences is because you signed up for this, and it's your job to embrace your gifts so that you can create change. You signed up to be a world changer, right? Amen. And all of these awakening symptoms are happening because spirit's asking you to work with them, right? And for them, and for your own self, and for your own evolution, for our own future. So, like I said, you guys, the Awaken program is open for enrollment. It's my heart and soul. You could find the link at the top of the video here in the Creating Consciousness community, or go to brandalene.com/awaken and get your butt signed up. Like I said, it's already almost 30% enrolled, and there's more than twice as many people on the waiting list. My heart is so full about that. There's more than twice as many people on the waiting list as I'm allowing into the program. So I would love to have us close enrollment by Monday. If you want more information and you're not sure that this program is for you, reach out to me directly and we can have a little chat about that. And the program actually starts January 7th, but we're going to do a super fast enrollment period. So I'm so excited. So I'm sending you guys all love. Watch day 1 and 2, and then see me on Friday. Tomorrow's Thanksgiving. I hope you guys all have a beautiful Thanksgiving. But Friday at noon, we're going to be here for day 4. And then as long as you're signed up, you'll also get like a master class sent to your inbox on Saturday for a spiritual awakening masterclass that kind of like encompasses a lot of this and more. And if you're not signed up, you could go to brandaline.com/intuition-challenge, and you'll get all of these replays in your inbox. Awesome. So I'm sending you guys love, and I will talk to you all soon.